KATC Weather Lab. Here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, a wet one out there today, especially along and north of the I-10 corridor. Still some healthy storms. Activity tapers tonight, but picks up again by daybreak tomorrow ahead of a nice looking front that'll be blowing through here during the morning hours. By this time, it's going to feel pretty good out there, heading for the 50s, maybe even upper 40s tomorrow night, northern parishes of Acadiana. Then on top of that, we'll be watching a disturbance heading for the Gulf of Mexico. More on that in just a bit. So let's take a look first off outside. Yeah, wet weather today. Darius Johnson slowing down the puddles and poodles out there with the rainfall. Nice drops here. I got to stay clear. I'm going to get wet here during this weather shot. Hopefully a car doesn't come by, but that was the story again today. So let's take a look at the big picture, and here's a 12-hour loop of Doppler radar across the area, and we saw a scattering of mostly I-10 corridor on northward with the most concentrated activity like yesterday in the northern parishes of Acadiana, right along and north of the Highway 190 corridor. Still seeing some locally heavy downpours, cloud to ground lightning just south of the Oakdale area, right along the highway there. And then as we head along Highway 190 into St. Landry Parish, some pretty hefty downpours moving through Opelousas that came down cats, dogs, and small farm animals just a few minutes ago, and still some heavy rainfall across portions of St. Landry Parish. Another inch or two of rain possible here, and maybe some localized street flooding. So beware of that. Not a major flooding issue, but certainly some locally heavy rainfall. Now, as we look at the upper level pattern, we have that ridge of high pressure now that has moved off to the eastern Gulf of Mexico. That's going to allow tropical moisture to move northward, and we have this upper level trough that's right over southern Mexico at tags to a low pressure system aloft as we go south of the Gulf of Tehuantepec down on the southern side of Mexico. And as we zoom on in, you see a lot of deep tropical moisture, and with that, a couple of areas of low pressure. This one's going to go tonight. It's more than likely going to become a depression, perhaps a tropical storm. May not last long. And this one has some tropical depression or maybe some hybrid potential down the line. National Hurricane Center gives it about a 40% chance. That's a medium chance of development. It's going to move northward and then eventually northeastward. We'll show you the Euro model in just a bit. And this one, a 90% chance of developing, probably gets a name or becomes a depression later on tonight. But we'll key in on this low pressure system as it's going to be a weather maker, especially out in the Gulf of Mexico. I see 30-40 mile an hour winds out here come late Friday into Saturday. We'll talk more about that tonight at 10. And the low moves right pretty much over Acadiana, but all the heavy rain threat is going to be or should be east of our region. So not even looking at much wind. It's just going to be maybe a rainy day on Saturday, and then by Sunday the system moves out quickly and we'll be back to mostly sunny skies as we head into Sunday afternoon, and dry conditions as well. Now, as for rainfall, again, just preliminary right now. We're still 4 to 5 days away, but you can see where the heavy rainfall threat's going to be. Mainly Mississippi on eastward, better than 4 inches of rain, maybe more down the line. A couple of hot spots showing up out in the Gulf of Mexico, pushing 10 inches. So we'll watch that system closely since it's going to be close by. But near term, here comes that front. It'll be pushing on through. Rain chances pegged at 100% between 3 and about 8 o'clock in the morning. Storms out ahead of that frontal boundary, but they'll be weakening fast, and lingering rain shower activity diminishes pretty much by noon tomorrow. And then tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy skies, maybe a little glimpse of the sun from time to time, and then beginning to cool down as we head into tomorrow night. Temperature-wise, warm and humid tonight, lower 70s your low. Tomorrow we stay upper 60s, lower 70s behind that front. Nice breeze out of the north continues. Then here comes the good stuff tomorrow evening at 10 o'clock, 50s to 60s. And then for Thursday morning, upper 40s to lower 50s, and only warming up to the lower 70s for Thursday afternoon with plenty of high clouds still in the mix. And there we go in the forecast. And then you see that rain chance spiking again for Saturday. Tomorrow's rain chances mainly morning hours, and then another front on the way for Monday, and then another one for Thursday of next week. So regular fronts are good, and overnight lows in the 50s showing up more and more in that 10-day forecast. 4 out of the 10 days. That's not too bad.
Yeah, we like it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rob.